Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Najwa Husseini with Azadi News. Burma should end unlawful internet restrictions. MSF opens COVID-19 treatment center at Nayapara Rohingya camp. Conflict-related legal woes rising for women in Arakan. Burma government should immediately lift internet restrictions in Arakan and Chin states that have put civilians at added risk, Human Rights Watch said today. Government restrictions on the internet have hampered the coordination of aid, collection of accurate information, and monitoring of abuses. The government has offered new reasons for its ban on mobile internet services, which affects more than 1 million people amid an armed conflict between government forces and the Arakan Army AA. Burma's Ministry of Foreign Affairs claimed in a statement to the United Nations Human Rights Council on June 30, 2020, and elsewhere on July 8 that the blackout was required in part to prevent the AA from exploiting mobile internet technologies to detonate IEDs and landmines, and elsewhere on July 8 that the blackout was required in part to prevent the AA from exploiting mobile internet technologies to detonate IEDs and landmines. Yet command-detonated landmines such as those attributed to the AA can be detonated remotely by various simple means, none of which require the internet, Human Rights Watch said. The Myanmar government's latest excuses for its prolonged internet ban in Arakan and Chin states are baseless and contrary to the reality on the ground, said Richard Weir, crisis and conflict researcher at Human Rights Watch. Presenting these overly broad restrictions as necessary to stop landmine use callously deprives people of life-saving internet access. The restrictions are in place in 7 townships in Arakan state and 1 in Chin state, where the government allows access to 2G networks, which only permit text messages commonly referred to as SMS and voice calls. The Nayapara SARI-ITC has a maximum capacity of 100 beds and begins with 20 operational beds. International medical organization Medicine Sans Frontières (MSF), also known as Doctors Without Borders, has opened a COVID-19 isolation and treatment center in the Nayapara refugee camp in the Teknaf Upazila of Cox's Bazar district. The opening of the Severe Acute Respiratory Infection Isolation and Treatment Center SARI-ITC is part of MSF's continuing scale-up of activities in response to the spread of COVID-19 across this part of southeast Bangladesh, MSF said in a press release on Monday. The Nayapara SARI-ITC has a maximum capacity of 100 beds and begins with 20 operational beds. It adds to the existing healthcare network in the district, supporting the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare to manage the increasing number of COVID-19 patients, the statement added. The number of women charged under Burma's counter-terrorism law or related legislation amid ongoing conflict between the military and the Arakan army has reportedly risen to at least 5. Facing terrorism charges in war-torn Arakan state, 3 of the women are from Chokpyu Township and 1 each is from Punaju and Choctaw Townships. In addition, a woman from Kamar village in Arakan state's Tongup Township has been detained by the military. Women will likely encounter many problems in their daily life. This kind of situation can pose a threat to women in Arakan state, said Saw Sen Nitu, chairperson of the Rakhine Women's Initiative organization. Last week, the military brought a case against 2 vendors and a local artist from Yeneidue village in Chokpyu Township under Section J and Section A of the counter-terrorism law. In May, a 42-year-old woman identified as Doma Te from Punaju Township was arrested by the military while selling tea near Mayoma Market and was charged under Section 52A of the Counter-Terrorism Law. And last year, in April, a woman from Choctaw Township was detained with the accused facing charges under Section 17(1) and 2 of the Unlawful Associations Act. She walked free in January 2020 after more than 7 months behind bars. Clashes in western Burma have flared with regularity since late 2018, and the number of civilians arrested over suspected links to the Arakan army continues to rise. This is today's news. To get more updates about Rohingya, subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. Visit our website azadinews.org and follow our social media accounts. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.